guilt by association, or people
Birds
judge
of a
you.
feather flock together.
Yeah, with birds of a feather flock together.
Bad
People
apples
judge
in the
you.
plant.
Yeah, exactly. People judge you by the company you keep, right? So, know who your company is, know who your friends are, know who your associations are, know what's in your environment that can threaten your brand, right? The SWOT analysis is very important in developing your personal development plan, because you definitely want to capitalize on identifying all of these things, right? So you can understand wholly what it is you need to do when you're on that track to developing yourself personally. All right? Okay, now the handout that I created is a separate handout. It's called the Personal Development Plan. It's in your folders. Now, with any plan, whether it's a business plan, whether it's a marketing plan, what you're doing is that you're planning for yourself, you're planning for growth, you're planning for development, right? You're creating a plan as a roadmap, right, to guide you along your way in your development, right? You know the old adage, is another saying: if you fail to plan, plan to fail, right? Because some of us go through life without planning. We go through life, we go from one day to the next, not knowing how we're going to get from day one to day two. We happen to appear on day two, we don't know how we got there, but we're here. Now we're here, we got to get to day three, we don't know how we're going to get to day three, but we get to day three. But we just don't plan along the way, right? Now, the personal development plan is, this framework I put together is part of the whole personal branding development scheme, right? And it looks at several things that will help you in developing a plan for your personal development. It looks at a vision statement, right? Creating a vision statement. Where you want to be 5 years from now? Where do you want to be 10 years from now, right? Because we're all developing, right? No matter where we are in life, we're all developing because we want to be different, we want to be better, right? We want to be more efficient, more effective at what we do, right? We're developing, right? So where do we see ourselves, 5, 10 years from now, right? You can start off in the short term, right? 6 months, 0 to 6 months in the short term, or 6 to 12 months in the short term, right? Or you can start off in the intermediate term, right? From a year to 3 years. Where do you see yourself a year to 3 years from now, right? Now, when I discuss long-term planning with individuals, some people will say, man, I don't even know if I'm going to be alive tomorrow. But what if you are alive tomorrow? What if you wake up tomorrow and you're alive and you're like, oh wow, I didn't die, I am here. Well, what do I have planned for today? Well, you didn't plan yesterday, right? But, long-term planning is always good because you always want to know where you're going to be, within a certain period of time, right? Whether you're developing yourself educationally, academically, professionally, in your personal lives, husbands and wives do it as partners in a marriage. They do it. They incorporate financial planning, all sorts of planning. The other thing is values, knowing exactly what you value as an individual, right? You value friendships, right? You value money, financial strength, right? We all value things differently, right? We value time, right? Don't like for people to waste our time. We don't like to waste other people's time, right? Your mission statement. What is your purpose, right? What is the purpose of me pursuing this pre-med degree or this accounting degree, this education degree? What is the purpose of me going in this route or on this path, right? Again, it's all to avoid going down for a certain period and realizing, this is not the path I really wanted to be on, right? And this is why we have to plan. Because plans are changeable, right? You can always change, you can always revise plans, right, as you go along, right? Developing personal goals, right? What do you want to achieve? It's always good to have at least 3 to 5 goals that you want to achieve, all right? And the goals all trace back to your vision, where you see yourself in the long term, right? So you're pursuing these goals. I see myself as a medical doctor, but my goal first is to be successful in medical school, go through 4 years of medical school, go through 4 years of pre-med, then get into medical school, and then study, pass the medical exams, and then be on my way to being a medical doctor, right? All that traces back to your vision, right? Your objectives, right? What objectives are you going to identify in order to help you achieve those goals, right? Strategies. How am I going to get there? What strategy? What are the methods are going to be applied in order for me to achieve my goals? Metrics. How do I know if I'm staying on track or if I'm falling short of attaining my goal, right? Knowing how to realize those things, right? And again, the personal SWOT analysis, right? We talk about developing an identity or identifying our strengths, our weaknesses, our opportunities and threats, right? To create that analysis to determine what those things are. And your personal risk management, right? Again, we talk about risk, preventing the crisis, preventing the damage to your brand, all right? Because the thing you want to do is always to continue managing your image and managing yourself as a professional, right? So this personal development plan is actually a framework that's included in the book, but I'm developing it into a workbook. So it is a standalone workbook that anyone can use in order to put together a personal development plan. You know, for instance, what do you do?
Well, I'm a cook at Publix and
Okay.
a budding entrepreneur as well as a engineering student at electrical.
Okay, I believe. Where?
GPC and the RETP program to hopefully transfer to tech.
Okay, great, excellent, excellent. We need to stay in touch. Excellent. Now, have you started any plan? Have you developed a plan on getting from GPC to tech?
I haven't specified everything, every goal and objective, but
Right.
just the general plan, yeah.
Okay. The general plan on just basically finishing up GPC.
Yeah,
getting into tech?
what degree I want to do, what classes I have to finish in order to get to Georgia Tech.
Right. Exactly.
So that's
Okay.
why,
Good.
yeah.
Good. How would a personal development plan help you in that area?
I think a personal development plan would help me to focus on the everyday tasks that I need to be accomplishing, as opposed to just looking at it from the broad sense.
Right.
I need to hone in on, you know, how am I going to get that done exactly?
Right. Now, you think as an engineer, right, when you're designing, right, when you have your technical specifications, you're planning all the way through how you're getting something from a prototype, right, to the end user, all right? So learning early on in your academic career how to plan and how to put those necessary steps in place, you think that will help you at all in your engineering field?
Definitely.
Learning how to plan and develop and put things together?
Yeah.
Exactly. Young man, what do you do?
Actually, I work in retail, but my profession is screenwriting, playwriting, acting. I'm a lyricist, very versatile artist. Put it
Okay.
that way.
Okay, great.
I'm really intrigued on the development plan because my personality, my character is kind of scattered.
Right.
And I needed to definitely find a way in order to lead me in the right directions.
Right.
Trying to figure out if going to the military has anything to benefit me.
Military lyricist.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm looking at a on a solid ground basis where it's
Right.
like a 9-to-5 benefits type thing, and then I'm also looking at a entrepreneurial type aspect where it's like you step out on faith and you do things out of the box, as you said, and
Right.
it's conflicting in a lot of ways.
Mhm.
So like I said, I'm very interested in seeing how this development plan can help me better focus
Right.
on the path that I need to go.
Right, exactly, exactly. Anybody else? Any education majors in the house? Oh, it's your lady right here.
Hi, education major, recent graduate. I work at a daycare, but I want to go back to school But I was one of those, I was an education major all through school, but now I'm like, I don't think I want to do that anymore. I want to go back for school counseling, but I'm not sure. Now I'm stuck with, do I just want to just go get my master's in education and finish it up, or switch to school counseling? So the plan would help me figure out what I want to do, take the next step to further in my education.
Right.
And being on track with that, getting that done, instead of waiting and being hesitant and postponing it.
Exactly. Because what you want to do, in this gentleman's case, in your case, what you want to do is to develop those goals, right? Goals should be attainable, they should be measurable, right? They should be realistic, right? Because when you develop those goals, you want to track now, right? Because you're going to actually take the necessary action or necessary